Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, a little bit hot there. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Episode 141 of the Saturday Morning Standup is now. So thanks for dropping by. This is Bronze Dragon. Yes, I did the math. That is 2.7 years of Saturday morning stand-ups in the can, and still going strong along with Splinterlands. More than 7 years on the blockchain and continually improving. This last year was, I've been playing for about 3.5 to 4 years now. And this last year was one for the record books. It was one of the most exciting years that I've had in the game. And there's been lots of things that have gone on in the game as far as progression, new sets and things being changed. But this last year I knew was going to be a big one. And I do plan on putting out an episode before the end of the year where I take a look back at 2025. And if you watched the town hall this last week, Blaze also did kind of an update as well. It's not an update, it's like a look back at 2025 as far as the things that the team has put out. Now remember, we're dealing with a relatively small development team here. But what they've been able to accomplish this year has been amazing in my eyes, and I work with a development team on a daily basis on a much bigger project, for my company. But it's just been amazing what they can continually put out on a weekly or bi-weekly basis whenever they put these things out, because I was preparing for my year-end wrap-up type video that I'm coming up with. It's taken a little bit of homework on my part, but I was like, yeah, I remember that. Oh, I didn't remember that, and on a month-by-month basis, I've got this big old long list going. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to pare this down. Otherwise, this is going to be a 45-minute video, right? So very exciting stuff. Obviously, I think at the top of our list here to talk about this week are the Avatars and Exemplars. I don't really like the Avatars is fine, it's a basic word, but Exemplars, I don't really like that word, and we'll get into that. I got in, I made my avatar, and I started playing around with my exemplar. I think on the exemplar card, they should have our name there instead of just the word exemplar, but we'll talk about that later. I think that's top of mind. Also, obviously the land cards. I was checking, since they came out, I've been checking on Monster Market just to see what the low-end common card is going for. And we had a max level one for sale this week. It didn't sell. Why not? $780. But if you break that down, that's the BCX. There is, price per BCX, 1 BCX times 400, which is huge. So who would have thought that in 2025 there would be a common card for sale for $780. It boggles the mind. Of course, Cannabis Cup has come in with a little bit cheaper, but where I end up this week is I do have, previously what we talked about, I have 3 level 5 farmhands now, and as of yesterday I had to do a claim last night because I was maxed out on materials, and I placed the 3rd farmhand on another plot. Overall, these 3 farmhands have helped me out. Now, is it worth the several $100s that I've got into it? I can't say at this point, right? But it has helped me out because I'll put, and we'll get into chat here in a minute, but I just want to kind of go over what I did this last night or over the past week. Okay, so there's one here that I placed on this land. And then I put the other 2 are over here, and then I have one for wood, but it's just very low level, like level 3. But what I realized is that even at, let's go in here to manage so you can see, even at this low level, like level 5, the takeaway here is what I said originally. The key thing that I think is going to be that dark discount, saving the DEC. Because what happened with me putting this farmhand on these different lands, I did end up sacrificing a little bit of production power in some cases, but I made up for that by, having to buy a higher level card. So I ended up putting a little bit more money into it as far as cards go. But I ended up making more, plus having more DEC in my pocket, which helped me go out. And in this case, like yesterday, I went ahead and I buffed up this property by, no, it wasn't this one. Trying to figure out where it was. Okay, it's this one because I remember I had put a bunch of Jin O'Shaughnessy's on it. So this one previously had like 3 spots open, right? Or no, it had 2 spots open. And I was able to take the DEC that I got back from staking the farmhands on the other land, because they also decrease, from the DEC savings, and then go ahead and put some cards I had still. I didn't have to buy these. These were, these were in my collection, and stake these out. So now this has helped me bring another plot of land online without coming out of pocket for more DEC, which is, when you're playing the land game, is this huge expense, because every card you stake that is of max level, you're coming out of pocket 10,000 DEC, which is $5 or $6, but it used to be more expensive. DEC goes up and down. So, okay, let's go ahead, and that's my shot. We'll go ahead and jump into chat, see what everybody's doing. Gathering the Magic's here. I was wondering if Gathering was going to be here, because he had talked about last night on the members only live stream, about getting ready to go on vacation. So glad you can make it, and hope your travels go well. I am also getting ready to travel this week. I'm getting ready to travel to Pittsburgh on Tuesday, and I'll be out of pocket as it's, as they term, and next weekend there will not be a live stream. So I think that's the only one. I might have missed one earlier this year because due to sickness, but basically I've hit all the other weekends. So we will be traveling next weekend back home, most likely. So I hope everyone has a good set of holidays, whatever holidays you like, you prefer to observe. I think the biggest thing I tell people is I hope you and your family are healthy, because whatever holidays you observe, it's crap if you're not, if you're sick or if you got something going on. So I wish you and your family good health. That's what I'll say. And hopefully 2026 is better than 2025. Okay, Gathering says, good morning, happy Saturday. Frontier mode is my favorite addition to Splinterlands from this year. That's my question of the day. Followed closely by Avatars and Exemplars. Yeah, I agree. I think Frontier mode was probably the biggest thing of impact. There's lots of things that go around that happened at that same time that were put into the game. And there's lots of things that we don't necessarily see from a player standpoint until they all go together. And Frontier mode was one of those things that was an idea that came to fruition, and there's lots of things that go around that has helped a lot of new people find the game this year. So I definitely agree with you. I like I think that we've been needing these avatars, because we've been using the same old little icons for years. So I thought they needed to do something here. Now, I picked a dwarf because, as far as I know, that's the only one that I could pick a beard on. I think on the dwarf, they have much too much headroom on this card, and you can't hardly see it. But I do understand they need to make room for for a hat and everything, but I think that it should be blown up a little bit so you can see the face a little bit better. But I also played around with the Exemplar, and this is a very cool idea that they talked about on the town hall, and it's these are going to be cards where you can make up your own Exemplar, and you can play around with it and build it out however you want. Of course, mine is Dragon. They're not going to be played in standard competition mode, but they are building new modes that these will be available in, like the overhaul of the guild mode, play mode, which is a big thing on Matt's list for next year. So I've been playing around with it. The idea is very cool. You can go in and you can, pick out everything about your card, and you can spend glint to increase different powers and everything. And it's an averaging type exercise, because you can throw all these stats and abilities on there, but then your mana cost is going to go through the roof. So you got to start thinking, well, how am I going to keep this manageable and have a cool card, but also be able to play it? I was watching Clove a little bit yesterday, and she had this card that had this like 18 mana cost or something like that. When are you going to get that out? But it's an interesting thing. I obviously on like 100 mana match or something like that, but it's an interesting exercise to go in and add your abilities, and then also try to keep the mana cost down on your card so you can actually use it, right? So I went in, of course, you guys know I like poison, and I also like this new ability, Charge. Can use melee attacks from any position. Now, what I'm planning to do is adding a melee attack to him later on. But, I had to start off with magic a little bit. So I do want to get his life up, and I do want to add that melee attack as well. So that's where I stand on that. But I've been playing around with that a little bit. Wibble says, my answer to all questions, win beaver. Well, you have a beaver. You have a beaver. They gave you a beaver. What do you want? Like a whole, do you want that to be like a whole racial line? Let's go into the market. Sometimes I get talking so much that I run out of breath. I have to stop. So we have the busy beaver. In fact, look, somebody's got one for sale, black foil for $300. So the busy beaver, I haven't really taken a look at it. It is dual element, so it's life and water. It is 3 at full. It's rare at full level. It's 3 damage, 2 shielding, 8 health, and 3 speed. It has reckless. Each successful attack also deals 1 true damage to adjacent allied units. But it also has stun, it also has protect, it also has repair, and it also has armored strike. So this sounds like a pretty good card to throw in there as a support card. You just have to find a way, or a support card, especially with water, with maybe a Kelia hand or something like that. I don't know the newer ones. But you'd have to find a way to deal with reckless. Looks like a very interesting card. You had sent me, one of the Beaver guys had sent me over one card, one BCX. You can send me a black foil if you want. But oh, you know what? I did get a black foil this past week, thanks to Gathering for pointing that out, and I sent it over from my secondary account to my primary account. That was a thing. Let me do a refresh. Oh, yeah, I put my Christmas, this was it. It was the Phlegmore, and I put my Christmas skin on it. He's got a star on him. It kind of looks like he's eating a Christmas tree. But I like the Phlegmore, too. He's got Sneak, he's got Strengthen, and he's got Protect. Another low-end kind of support. Support and sneaky kind of card. Crypto Beavers in the house. I know I'm behind, but I always end up being behind on the chat because I put out my, what I want to talk about, get the conversation started, so to speak. Crypto Beaver says, great town hall, lots of new stuff for us players. Yeah, I definitely agree. Lots of stuff. Obviously, the town hall they had on Thursday, they kind of wrapped everything up for the season. You know, the team's going to take a little time off for the holidays and everything, get a little bit of rest, which is pretty cool. You know, everybody needs to rest and recuperate. I think the team has done a great job this year. There are some people in previous years that would say, hey, they're doing nothing, you know, and there would be a number of months that go by without like much of anything happening. This year, they more than made up for it because they went into 2025 with a plan, and obviously things have shifted around a little bit, but most things have. They've been delivering left and right. I'll say that. So, and if you're interested, I will be putting a video out probably next. I don't know. It'll probably be right at the New Year's, whenever I have time to make it, about kind of looking back at 2025. Crypto Beaver says we also got a Beaver card in 2025. Yes, I agree. We just talked about that. But yeah, these are my black foils that I have so far, all commons, but that's all right. I do need to, you know what? It is, we've been going for 15 minutes. You know what I want to do is I want to give away a Christmas present. So that means Santa Claus is in the house. Put hashtag SPS ho 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 in the chat if you want to get your name in the running for a Christmas gift. So we'll open up the wheel of names here. Hashtag SPS ho 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 and get your name in the running for a Christmas gift. This is for thanks for all the early people that come and hang out on the channel and don't wait until the last half of the the show. Okay, let's see here. We've got Gathering. We've got Crypto Beaver. Druid's Blood is here. Good to see you. Paul. Beaker and Bananas. L4. Slick Mob's in the house. Welcome. Karen's here. Welcome as well. Thanks for dropping by. Audi78 is on the list. Doombot's here. Welcome. Yazine anything. Love to see new names. Welcome. And it goes without saying you do need a Hive account, Splinterlands account to get this gift, so I can send it to you. And when you win, I'm going to need you to put your Hive name or your account name in the chat so I can send it to you. Let's see here. Hey, Southern Coin Hunters here. Welcome. Beaker. I've got Beaker on the list. Hey, Lady Sharon's here. Welcome. And Tails is here. Welcome to you as well. Deoda's in the house. You know what? A couple people I want to give thanks to sent me some gifts over. And after we give away this gift, I will be opening some gifts I got just to show off. So Dehota and Erroneous sent me a fine gift box this week. So I want to say thank you. And the Magnificent Matt sent me over a magnificent gift box. He sent, I think, all the main Splinterlands streamers and YouTube content creators over a box for a Christmas gift. So I want to say thanks to Matt. and thanks to Blaze for the interactions over the year. Helping me provide content. It's a two-way street, right? So, Splinterlands, the team, is very easy to work with, and the community is very easy to work with. I think that's one of the extreme pluses for the game versus other games. So, okay, so do we have anybody else? Okay, let's shuffle. 5 shuffles. Cross your fingers. Here it goes. While I take a drink. Oh, so close. Bananas wins it. Hey, Bananas, in the chat, put your Hive name, your Splinterlands name, so I can send you over a gift. Congratulations to Bananas. Okay, send over or in chat, Bananas, please put your Hive name. And we will go to, let's see, I guess they're under items, other. I had bought a couple this morning to send out. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Which one is the... I want to make sure I'm sending over the right one. I bought an ample one. These are for me. So just a thanks for showing up and watching my shows, right? Okay, so let's go back to other. And it is ample. Okay, Shark Monsters. Okay. Here we go. 1 ample gift box to Shark Monsters. It's already in my memory here. Transfer. So there you go. There's 1 gift box given away. Thanks for showing up and showing up early. Gathering says, I make a great Santa. Well, thank you. Well, yeah, let us know if you get anything good out of that, Bananas. A lot of good stuff in that, I mean, a lot of useful stuff. Let's open up, let's see here. Let's open up that generous gift box. Let's see what's... Okay. Okay, so I have to choose the packs. I think I'm going to go with legendary packs and open. And I'm not going to open up the legendary packs until all the airdrops are done. So I have a chance to get any of those. Okay, so thanks to Matt, once again, I got 10,000 credits, which I have an idea. I need the land card for this. 500,000 Glint, 35 energy, 150 entries into the next drawing, 3 legendary packs, my 2 skins, a Mags token, and a Vin legendary 2 token. Okay. I wonder if I have this one. And it is a rare. So I'm wondering if I have that card. I don't even know. I don't even think I have that card. Let's look at skins. There's a selection for skins. I was just seeing if I had that card that I just got the skin for. I do not. Okay. Okay. Congratulations, Bananas. Yeah, I got the max glint. So I was going to use that to improve my exemplar a little bit. Like I said, I want to put a add a ability. No, not ability. I want to add. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have to It costs 7 to unlock melee attack. Okay. So I unlocked melee attack, and we're going to add. Okay, see, it's pumping my mana up to 12. So I want to reduce that. Okay. So I'm going to need 21 points. There's one level. This is going to, let's go back. This is going to take a little bit more. I thought that there was like a page that showed. There's a page somewhere where it shows what it takes to go from like epic to, oh, more info? Okay, here's what I was looking for. So to get from 24, to get to legendary wood, I need to get 36. So I just went to 25, so that's 11 more. Let's do 11 more. That's 300,000 glint. So that was more than half of that 500,000 I just got. So let's go back. Now I'm going to, melee attack costs 7. Okay, let's just do it. And I have 5 more points available. That kicked me up to 9. I kind of wanted to stay in the 8 range. Let's see what 1 health goes. Okay. Okay, we'll just stick with there right now. Okay, what do you think of that? So I intend on bringing the damage of, you know what I did was I did not, the charge, I didn't read it good enough, and it's only for melee attacks, right? So I like it so far, but I want to bring my melee up a little bit. Okay, enough talking about that. I know I kind of went off on a side tangent, but I'm like, hey, I have glint to spend now. Also, I want to get with those credits he gave me. What I want to do is get a card for upgrading my land, and that would be a rare water or earth and gold foil and rare. This is my Christmas shopping, so welcome along. And no, I don't. I want Chaos Legion. So I like to purchase on Monster Market, but I like the sorting on Peak Monsters better. There's Chaos Legion, Gold Foil, Rares. Okay, so 70 cents. These are all going to be kind of, so it looks like Demon Shark. That's interesting that Angelic Mandarin is more expensive than a Demon Shark. Love the Regal Periton. I do have a Murdali Guardian, but that's a little bit more expensive. So let's see what. So this is going for about $21. This one's going for just a little bit over $21. I think the Demon Shark's the better card. So do I have enough? No, I just put 1 in there. I want a max level. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go back to chat and see what everybody's talking about. Uh, Lady Sharon says, "Good morning. Too many things going on in Splinterlands. I don't have time or use it for that card that starts with an E, but I did update my avatar." Oh, well, yeah, it's something that's going to come in the future, right? Well, I mean, the card itself is here, the exemplar that we were just talking about, but the uses for it are coming in the future. And Matt was talking about that on the town hall. There'll be special uses for it, especially like in guild brawls and things of this nature. There's going to be special tournaments. So this is really bugging me. I don't know why. Okay, I want the demon shark and how many BCX do I need? I knew I spelled that wrong. I should know this by now, but I need 22 BCX. Okay. Looks like that's $29. Something's not right. Yeah, I'll take a look at it after the show. We'll go back. Either way, I'm going to use the credits from the gift box and plus a little bit of extra of mine own to buy a gold foil rare to add to my land. That's my play there. Welcome to Audi78's in the house. Sharon says, looking forward to Bun's tournament later today. And we'll also enter teams to Emmy's Christmas tournament. I don't think I'll do well. But hey, if you don't play, you can't win. You got to play to win, right? Did you all see that? I don't know if you've been keeping track, but Buns has been doing this massive kind of project about making cards for all of the Splinterlands creators. He made a card for me this past week. I just want to show it off. Maybe you've seen it already, but let me see if I can find it here. That's the card he made for me. And my special power is Unfiltered Take. At the start of each round, this ability applies taunt to the highest health enemy. That enemy also gains affliction for that round. I thought it was pretty cool. These are not real cards. They are not for sale in Splinterlands, not for play, but it was just a project of his, and he put it out all as a set, and he's going to put that out if he hasn't already. It was just interesting. Deoda's in the house and Doombot's in the house. Exemplar means perfect specimen. Yeah, well, I think this is going to be a good kind of exercise in, like Matt was saying, how wild the card creations can be, because they don't have to worry about averaging it out and making sure the card plays right in standard play, because it's not going to be for use in standard play, right? So we're going to have other uses for it, which are going to be these crazy battles, excuse me, with these high-end cards that you're going to allow to play. So it's like, I agree with them. On the town hall this week, they said this is something that no other game has done, let alone Web3 game. Name me another collectible card game that you can play online where they let you create your own character or your own card, right? I don't know about it. Maybe there is one. Let me know in the comments. But Yeah, it's cool. I think it's cool, and it's also another use for Glint, right? Not that we're lacking uses for Glint now, which is where they want to be, right? Has continued to say for the last 6, 8, 10 months, it's like he wants to be in a position where people just don't have enough Glint, and I think we're there. I definitely, back in the day when Glint, back in the day, like last year when Glint came out or whenever it came out, it was pretty straightforward what you used your Glint on. I pretty much just used them on card picks, right? Card draws. But now there's so many uses for them. Let's go to land and Artisan Quarter. They're going to have a new potion come out. Let's see if they've added it already. So yeah, they've added it already, the Polymorph potion. Now, people can, if you have, let's see, it costs 400 aura to make. This is a new thing. So when you start off and you make your avatar or exemplar, you'll have, they give you a nice number of being able to change it, making sure you're happy with it. But after that, if you want to change it around, you're going to have to use a polymorph potion. For all you Harry Potter fans, you remember what happens when you take a polymorph potion, but or what happened in the movies. But another thing to be made with aura. Look at all these different things that came about basically this year that are giving landholders something to do with their land, right? As long as you're set up to, create aura. Auction marks, fortune tickets, midnight potions. We started out with midnight potions, polymorph potions, capacity flux. What is capacity flux? I don't even know what capacity flux does. Somebody tell me what capacity flux does. Wagon kits, and then the unbinding scrolls. And I like the idea from a 30,000 foot view is that what we've got now in a lot of situations is the high spenders in the game can pretty much lock up the market on any one category. But the more options we have, the harder and harder it's going to be to do that. So it increases competition across the board. So maybe us small guys can compete a little bit against the bigger guys, Lady Sharon says, I don't know why my iPhone erased Glint above. I actually typed it in. It should say I don't have the Glint. Oh, okay. Hey, Brandon's here. Welcome, Brandon. I know you've probably been here for a while. I'm just catching up on chat. I only watch your Atlas Earth content, but I thought I would check out your Splinterlands content. Well, welcome. Check it out. I mean, you can check out Splinterlands. You can check it out for free. Use my ambassador code in the show notes and get started for free. And yes, it's available on iOS and Android now. That's another thing that came about this year. The Android app's been out for quite a while, but they've had several hurdles getting the Apple app out, but it's out. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with it because, frankly, I prefer to play on computer when I'm home. I don't really have a whole lot of time at work to do that. I'm still a PC guy. I do like the fact that I could go in and do a little bit if I needed to on mobile. Maybe if I'm out and about, I can use the app. You know what? I'm going on a trip. I might try the Splinterlands app on my iPad and see how it works. But welcome, Brandon. Thanks for dropping by. Dehota says, hey, Brandon, or B-tastic, if you like TCGs at all, Splinterlands is great. And Dehota says, did you get the little present? I said, yes, I did a little thank you earlier. Thanks. You and Erroneous sent me a little gift, so I appreciate it. It will be put to good use. The Glint will probably be used on my exemplar, and I will probably, like I said, I want to get this up to like 3 damage. So I like the idea of poison and charge. Just for some reason, I like this idea of this little dwarven rogue just kind of, hitting with magic, but also being able to hit with a melee attack and charge. He's still not what I would say beefy, but 6 health, and I wanted enough shield on there to kind of take one hit, and I would like to have him a little bit faster, but my glint will probably be used towards that, and my credits will be used towards cards from my land. Whatever's the best deal at the time I go to shop for them, right? Slick Mob says, good moves on the land setup. Well, I'm trying, and I've come a long way. They talked about Land 2.0 being towards the top of the list on being worked on next year, and I like all the ideas they're talking about. I talk about this a lot. I don't like the idea of every time a new level of land comes out, it increases the amount of money I have to come out of pocket to play. So I've been really thinking about, I might just be one of those people that produces. I might just produce grain and wood and whatever and sell it on the market. I might just be happy with that, and that's what I do versus, creating all, we're going to have to create buildings, but going any further than that. If you've all read the white paper for Land 2.0, it goes much more in depth. And I just don't like the situation. I've put so much money into my land that I just don't like the situation of every time it comes out, okay, you got to put another $50 or $100 on every plot or something like that just to keep it going. I've already put thousands of dollars into this, right? So, so I like the idea, but I've been critically thinking over that I might just be one of those people that just is happy with producing and selling the base products, so. Alex B is in the house, says, I can't chat Amiibo. I can chat now. What's Amiibo? I do have, I guess it's not really a lock, but it's a lock on chat, meaning that you just have to be a subscriber to the channel for 20 minutes before you can chat, and that's kind of, whenever I give away stuff, a lot of extra people come into chat to get what's given away, so you just have to be a member of the channel, right, or a subscriber to the channel. It does help if you're a member too, and then you're supporting the channel, right? So we had our first members only live stream last night, and it went pretty great. So we'll be having those going forward. So I do appreciate everybody who supports the channel. Banana says, I think it'd be cool to see exemplar battles, no archons, no other cards, just a battle for exemplars against each other. That'd be interesting. But then we'd get in a situation where there would be one type that would always win, and then everybody would just go to that one type, and then there wouldn't be any difference in exemplars. Gathering says you can lower the mana cost by spending points for your. Yeah, I know that. I've been doing that. That's how I've kept the mana cost down this low to start with, right? So I'm at level 36 currently, and this only is costing 8. If I didn't in the meantime spend points to lower the mana cost, this would probably be up around 15 somewhere. So it looks like the whole situation was thought out pretty well. Obviously, they're not going to. I don't know what I did there. They're not going to know. This is going to be one of those things where they probably tested it, and then at a certain point, you just got to push it out. It goes live, and then we find out what happens, right? So I like the idea, and since they've locked it down, and it's not really, it's not going to affect, what people earn on SPS at this point or anything that, I also like the new Clove card. Looks pretty cool. Oh, hey, I have some pending rewards. Nice. I did I don't post on Peak D too often, but whenever I do a video that I guess you know, a video that's got a lot of information about Splinterlands. I'll put it up. I'll do a Peak D article on it, and then people will. You can support it. You know, your providers. You know, like Gathering, you can use Peak D once in a while. Anybody can use Peak D. You can do an article and talk about Splinterlands, what you're doing, and post it, and people can vote on it, and you can get some rewards. But the new card is Cloveria Morthlana, and it looks extremely interesting, to me at least. So, yeah, we'll have to take a look at it, and that should be under, oh, what's going on here? Oh, wow. This is going to be a tough battle. Okay, we've got, I know I'm going off on a tangent here. We've got Darth Squirrel here versus Lux Vega. Both have Dumaki Orc in the primary position. I'm backing that up by Adelaide, Dr. Blight, Jin Renova, love Jin Renova, Izzy R, and Olivia of the Brook. And he's going in with Maka Hemlig, Goblin Sorcerer, Dr. Blight as well. Oh, and the Arcane Skinwalker. And oh, Heloise. Oh, wow. I might as well just cancel this off. You know, he's got a max level Heloise. I lost. Hey, I won. Look at that. I think that might be... yeah, that surprised me. Usually, if I see a max level Heloise, I'm like, it's gone. But I won. That's good. Doombot says, Guildmate went for a 0 mana exemplar, just poison, burst, martyr, and redemption. How much health did it have on it? Poison, burst, martyr, and redemption. That sounds like a good combo, no, to tell you the truth. Beaker says, by the way, thanks for the gift at Dehoda. Opened it and loved it, so I have to pay it forwards. Nice. Sounds like Dehoda is being Santa Claus. Hey, look at that. It's 12:15. You know what that means? In the wheel of names, put hashtag SPS ho ho ho. Get your name in for the drawing of another gift. SPS, hashtag SPS ho ho ho. Yeah, Alex, I don't know. I know I don't have enough money to have Heloise, so I don't have one, so I didn't know that. She can only be max level. And I do agree that Clove is one of those people you don't see a whole lot from, but she's been around since before the beginning. If you watch her, she does stream once in a while, and she puts it into to Discord chat when she starts streaming. But go support her, watch her streams when she does, because she is literally, if you go back on YouTube and watch her videos, she was around before the the first set of Alpha Splinterlands cards was finalized, when they were selling packs before they had cards. So she's been around for it all. We got Karen. We got GTM in the house. We got, hey, Alex just called me a hoe. We'll go with Alex, even though he just said hoe. Druid's Blood, Crypto Beaver, L4, Wibble, Paul, Beaker, Yassine, Doombot, Sickmov, Lady Sharon, Audi78, okay, we'll wait a minute. Anybody doesn't see their name? Okay, we got Lucky Dwarf. And Tails coming in here. Okay, we'll wait a minute. If anybody does not see their name and wants to be in on this drawing, this will be another gift box. Please put hashtag SPS ho 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 in the chat. Once again, I appreciate everybody dropping by on Saturdays and chatting Splinterlands throughout the year, and also watching my videos. You know, chatting, leaving likes, subscribes, all that kind of good stuff. It's been a heck of a year. YouTube has thrown us some real, as content creators, has thrown us some real curveballs this year and made everybody who creates content really double think what they're doing and such. So, okay, let's go ahead and shuffle them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And cross your fingers. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And it is... oh, so close. Alex wins. FBI Alex, put your Splinterlands / Hive name in the chat so I can send you over a Christmas gift. Congratulations to the critical Alex. Always in there. I like him. I like people who think critically and just are not on the bandwagon 100%. So, Alex, you did win, and you say, I reserve the right to give it to whomever I choose. Okay, well, Alex says give it to GTM. Okay, we will do that. You want that on Jovac Gathering? Okay, well, that's the wrong one. Other. Let's see here. We've got one ample gift box going to... do you want that on Jovac? Okay. Here you go. Let me know if you get anything good. That's the only rule. The only rule I have is be nice and let me know if you get anything good when you open a pack I give you. So congratulations to Gathering, another person that puts out considerable content on Splinterlands on a weekly basis that a lot of people watch. And he had put out a little video. He's got a buy me a coffee thing going now because he's not... not that we make a whole lot of money being off of YouTube these days anymore, but it's another way to support him. So check that out. Druid's Blood says, win beaver hat. L4 says the avatar creation is fun. I agree, but I think that, hey, how do you get one of those Santa Claus hats? I was looking, and are they just drawn in like a chest? Is it, are those available in the chest? Let's buy a chest. How much glint? Yeah, I've got enough glint. Let's buy a chest. Could I get lucky? I don't know. Sure, use potions. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Ah! 5 energy. But with that said, I will pump up the volume. I will pump up my my bot because I've got plenty of energy now since I opened that big chest, and I have those other 2 smaller chests I could open up as well. Where is it? It's under item inventory, down towards the bottom. So I have 2 fine gift boxes, one courtesy of Dehota and one courtesy of Erroneous. Let's just open them both. So I got for two. This is two boxes. 1,000 credits, 20,000 glint, 10 more energy, 40 entries, 6 starter packs, and some more of these skins. I'm kind of wondering, why would you want more than one of these skins? I guess they're sellable, and 2 mags tokens. I guess we could go in here, and I'm saving the legendary until the end of the airdrops. Let's just open these starter packs. Actually, let's just open all 6. See what I got. Starter packs are a new thing this year, and much lower price than a standard pack, but you can only get commons or rares. Let's flip all. I still need these cards. There's no way. My Conclave Arcana cards are just not leveled to very much of an extent. My plan to go in and play gold foils this year just kind of didn't work out very well. Let's just do regular core set. And then we'll just do a combine. Okay, let's look into chat. Sharon says, I admit I don't really like the choices on the avatar. I had a hard time. Most of the mouths, for example, were not good to her. I just wanted a general smile. Oh, well, maybe they will make different. Yeah, I think this is just a starter. I wasn't, this is no hit against the art team. This is probably a really hard job to take care of. I'm not an artist myself, but there were only a few that, like I said, I was originally looking for a human with a beard, but I couldn't find one, so I went with the dwarf. And I really think there's way too much headroom here. Druid's Blood says, I need a beaver pelt hat for my exemplar. Paul chimed in, said, we are very lucky Dave joined the team. My vote for the best thing to happen in Splinterlands. You've got a good point. I think that Dave added something to the team that we drastically needed, and that was business background. No slam on Matt, but Matt to me is a developer, right? He's a big picture guy as far as where he wants the game to go, and I think that he's a developer at heart, right? I think that putting him in the head guy chair and making him do like business situations. I'm used to working with a lot of developers, and that's a much different mindset. Being a business person, business/sales, is a much different personality than a developer. I'll just say that. I work with especially a lot of younger developers, and one of the key traits we try to help them work with is like being able to speak to people and be able to get out and be I guess sociable, and that's what a salesperson is, right? So I agree with Paul. Very good thing for the I think the major thing. I agree with you. Major thing for the game this past year. Okay, let's see here. Slick Mob says, great start to holiday week, getting gifts and giving gifts. Haven't gotten any gifts. Well, I got the gifts in Splinterlands, right? I got my daughter, helped her buy a new computer. She needed a new computer. Usually I had built the computers in our household, but at this point with the cost of materials and parts, it costs just about as much to make one as to buy a decent one. So, hey, Arbin's here. Welcome, Arbin. I just see that you had chimed in with a super chat. I want to say thank you. I greatly appreciate the support that you've lent the channel this year. I appreciate it. So, and Arbin doesn't even play Splinterlands. He's an Atlas Earth player. So I greatly appreciate the support. Alex says, Gathering the Magic. If you get anything more worth more than $100 in that thing, you must buy Excel for a year and use it in your videos. I use Excel in some of my Atlas Earth videos, but I try to not use it a whole lot because I don't want to bore people too much. And I've been trying to shorten the length of my videos a little bit because if you get them, if people are bored, they'll drop off and stop watching the video. But I think that's funny. So Sharon says, "Oh, the art is great. I just wanted a bit more choice." I agree with you. Between the stuff like snarling and mouth open, yeah, I think some of it looked a little bit cheesy, but you got to start somewhere. I think the major thing that I didn't like was the backgrounds. I just don't like some of the backgrounds you just couldn't use because you couldn't see the character very much. Sharon says, if I was doing one of my D&D characters, I probably would use some of the other setups, which reminds me, is your exemplar the same as your avatar, or you make it different? Actually, they're the same. You know what? That's a good question. I think they use the same art. Maybe somebody can correct me. But yeah, I think the backgrounds don't let the character pop as much. Well, happy Christmas and happy New Year, happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you follow in your household. I hope everyone has a great set of holidays, and once again, overall, I hope everybody is healthy going into 2026. This is the last of the year, last Saturday morning stand-up. So I want to say I appreciate you following the channel and stopping by on every Saturday. So I hope if you are traveling, I hope that everybody gets to where they need to go and back safely. Otherwise, this has been Bronze Dragon on the 141st Saturday morning stand-up, where we talk Splinterlands for about an hour. I hope everyone is happy and healthy on your side and has a great set of holidays. Until we meet again in 2026, can I hear you say it? I'll see you in Splinterlands.